Hey there, Facebook family. Namaste and welcome to vlog numero 7, I believe, with D. 7 or 8, I'm not sure, don't quote me. Welcome back. It's a beautiful sunny day. I'm wearing a brand new dress, and I'll have to adjust the screen here so you can see what I'm working with. It's this beautiful flower print dress that I absolutely love. I got it online on rosswear.com. Kind of going for a light makeup, hair up type of groovy, Dharma and Greg type of day. Very mystical. And I'm here to bestow some wisdom upon you. I have a great topic that I would love to discuss with you. And that is the topic of trusting God that when one door closes, another door of greater or equal value opens. And too often we look back on the closed door that we, put up walls to the next open door, or unwilling to love fully in the next relationship, or we look back with forlornness or regret, or we carry a bruised ego from our own personal wounds. Trust the Lord, okay? Even if you're with the most romantic man, you're committed. Like, for example, in my personal life, I was madly in love with my ex-husband. He proposed to me after 2 months. He said he never felt as strong about another woman before. We were 24 years old. We were both vegan, vegetarians. We named our children together. We both wanted the same thing. He was on board with moving to Boston. He loved me even though I was hospitalized, trying to come off my medication in the psych ward. He supported me. He adored me. He said he craved me. He would text me, I love you, you're beautiful, I love your cheeks, I love your smile, I love your eyes, I'm so happy I found you. All of that. I was lavished with love. And he dropped me like a hot potato, dead to him. He said he didn't feel as attracted to me anymore. I mean, I was probably about this size or maybe a little bit bigger. And, he wasn't in it anymore. He wouldn't return my phone calls. He blocked my cell phone. He blocked my text. He blocked my email. And that's it. We were done. 3 months into our marriage, 7 months of a relationship total. I was in my junior year of college. And that was it. That was the love of my life, the first love of my life, and the first heartbreak. I was devastated. I mean, I was sitting on top of a mountain in the Himalayas in a monastery with monks sitting there like playing beautiful music, drinking yak butter tea, and writing a letter to my ex-husband. And I'm like, I get up halfway through it, I look around, I'm like, what am I doing? Seriously, what am I thinking? I'm halfway around the world, 17 hours in a plane, and I'm still holding on to something that happened months ago. I mean, I even got a new boyfriend, potential lover, since my ex-husband had dumped me, and I was still not ready emotionally to move on. And it took me years, 3 years even. He had already had a child and was living with another woman. And I was calling up Christian radio stations saying hey, I feel like he just dropped me like it was yesterday. Like I'm still, my blood boiled. Literally, I didn't know that could happen until I saw the picture of him with his newborn child. And I'm like, that's me. That's my life. He was my 1-bedroom apartment, all utilities paid for, safe, comfortable, cozy. I was content with him. I could have spent the rest of my life in that 1-bedroom apartment. But little did I know that what God had in store for me was a 4-bedroom, mansion with an in-ground pool and a front yard and a backyard with a swing set and a doghouse for my dogs to play in. And that 4-bedroom dream home with a white picket fence is the love of my life right now, which is Jeffrey. To this day, we're 8 years apart, but he is my very best friend, and I trust him with my heart more than I trust me with my heart. He is an amazing love of my life. He is Christ-centered. He prays with me daily. Twice a day we try to pray, in the morning before he goes to work and at night before we close our eyes. And I just feel like I've never felt so sure that I was meant for someone before in my life. Now, that's not saying that I wasn't, I wouldn't have been really content and happy with my former husband. And that, I feel like we have multiple partners that we're compatible with in this lifetime. But, he's the Rolls Royce. Jeffrey is the Rolls Royce, whereas my ex was that, 1997 Chevy compact midsize. Um, the midsize has character, but the Rolls Royce is the creme de la creme. So it's funny how we make plans and God laughs. We make plans and God laughs. And that's just to say, like, you think you're going one way, but God sees you going in a completely opposite direction. And there might be some time of like meh, grumbling in between, but you need to trust that God's no is just a way to point you back on track to where you're destined to be. You need to trust this. You need to trust this. You may not understand it, but you may want to cry about it. You may want to overeat, not eat. You may want to run until you can't run anymore. But just know that the answer is coming. You might not have the answer tomorrow. You might not even have the answer in a month or a year. But know that that answer is coming. And this is an invaluable life experience. So don't give up hope. Don't think you're too old. Don't think you're too young. Don't think you're too fat. Don't think you're too ugly. Don't think you're not enough to be. You're exactly the person who you need to be. You're too fat, too skinny, whatever, for a reason. And God is teaching you and God is guiding you with the human experience that you're in. And also just keep in mind, trust and pray. Pray daily. Pray on your knees. Cry about it. Punch a pillow. Go to counseling. Write goals lists and say, God, I don't understand why this makes zero sense to me, but I'm trusting you. And keep in mind, I'm going to close with a few stories. A good friend, personal friend of the family's, won Teacher of the Year. She's a college professor. She won Teacher of the Year. She was voted by her peers, her colleagues, as well as her students. Within 1 month, she was fired. Can you imagine? X'd, terminated. See you later. No retirement plan. And she was Teacher of the Year. Okay? And you know what? When something like that happens to you, you leave with your head held high, with dignity. You get the concrete reason as to why you're being let go of or terminated, whether it be they need to downsize the company. For example, I was let go of because I was too talkative. I asked too many questions. I was too enthusiastic. That's been told of me before, and I do not regret that in the slightest. I'm like, thank you. That's a huge compliment. Cares too much. And, I had to press. I had to ask the person who was letting me go. I'm like, is it because, I said something rude that I wasn't aware of? Is it because of my past history of, personal investment with the subject material? Is it because I offended someone sitting in the room? No, it wasn't because of that. And, it was just because I was too inquisitive, too talkative, asked too many questions. Maybe I was a little bit interruptive. I'm not sure. I always raised my hand. And I felt that was a good thing. A Buddhist monk, when I was in India, said I asked great questions. And out of all the people in the group, he said that about me. He didn't say anything about anyone else. So that's just who I am, and I'm not going to change for anyone. And you shouldn't either. If someone is compromising your moral integrity, the foundation of what you value, your religion, your stance as a woman or a male, if someone is compromising that and criticizing you for being exactly 100% the person God designed you to be, Taras, dust your feet off. Jesus says, stand off your feet or whatever and pick up your mat and move on to another country who's more receptive or area to hearing all that you have to offer. And again, keep in mind that the Beatles were given 22 fail, can't make it as a group, will never sell a single record. 22. The largest grossing rock pop group of our time was turned down 22 times. And, I think of all my actor and actress friends like Kadia, aspiring, models and authors, entrepreneurs out there who are taking a risk every day to audition and put themselves in the limelight and open themselves up to criticism, even those who are in art school or, creative writing groups. You know, not everyone's going to love you, but it only takes that one big break. Also, remember that Oprah, the queen of talk show, everyone loves Oprah. I mean, I feel like even the KKK loves Oprah because she's amazing and she's a female. But other than that, she was fired at age 23 from a paid um, reporting gig. Okay? They fired Oprah from TV. Can you imagine? She's run more Grammys, Emmys, you name it. Um, so don't give up. Hang in there. Know that you're loved. Know that you're created uniquely to be you, to share something that no one else could. Love yourself. Hit me up. We'll talk it over. I'm here for you. Don't worry about having to pay me in the future. Don't worry about anything. Refer a friend to me. I love you. Stay blessed. Stay beautiful. Stay confident. Shine.